Good morning, children. Today we are going to see Chemistry, Chapter 5, the continuation of coal and its byproducts. In the last class, we saw how the coal is formed in the earth for millions and millions of years. So, today we are going to see how we can obtain the byproducts of coal. From the mineral coal, how the byproducts are obtained will be explained today. To obtain the byproducts, what is meant by byproducts? Byproducts means from one material we can get other forms of it. So from mineral coal we can get coke, coal tar and coal gas. Okay, so to obtain from the mineral coal other byproducts, we need to undergo a process called destructive distillation of coal. What is meant by distillation? You have learnt already in your lower grades. That is the evaporation or purification. Right? So, destructive distillation means heating of coal to obtain its byproducts in the absence of oxygen. You will not involve oxygen in this process. So, without oxygen, we are going to heat the coal to obtain the byproducts like coal, coal tar and coal gas. This process gets the name as destructive distillation of coal. Okay, so for this you first need a burner and an apparatus. Okay, a big test tube, a beaker and a rubber stand. A stopper like substance called rubber stopper. What I will do is I will take the mineral coal in a big test tube apparatus and I will fit the end with a rubber stopper. Rubber stopper is nothing but to hold the test tube very tightly so that the gases are not released out. Now I will provide the flame to the test tube in such a way that the coal is burnt. During the burning, the coal will produce gases like carbon and hydrogen. They will be collected using a tube and released in the beaker filled with water. Okay, so the collected gas, that is the carbon and hydrogen, will deposit a black color layer, that is nothing but your coal tar. Okay, so the gas will be released in the water. They will form a layer which is black in color in the bottom, that is settled at the bottom, which we can remove it later. Okay, the gases will condense to form this layer. Okay, you may think how the gas gets mixed with water and forms a layer. Actually, the carbon and hydrogen, they condense in the water to form this coal tar layer at the bottom. Okay, some amount of this gas may not be soluble. They are insoluble with water and they are released out as coal gas. Coal gas is a combustible one. You can produce the flame. You can burn the coal gas. That is why we are using it for cooking. Okay, so from the coal we get coal tar, coal gas and coke by the destructive distillation. Distillation means evaporation. Destructive distillation means in the absence of oxygen. Upon burning the coal, carbon and hydrogen is produced. They are collected and released in a beaker filled with water. The gas molecules, which are all soluble, will form a black color layer in the bottom. That deposition layer is called as your coal tar upon condensation with water. They condense and they form this layer. Some gas molecules may be insoluble and they are released out using another third tube, that is the coal gas. Okay, this coal gas is used for cooking. Now, the coal which was initially a mineral, on burning will form a residue called coke. The coke is about 60% of carbon. It has about 60% of carbon in it. The leftover material after burning, the coal after burning, the leftover remains, we call it as residue. That is nothing but the coke, which is about 60% carbon. Okay? And this coke having 60% of carbon and passing hot steam. Now I'll write here separately. So coke has 60% of carbon. In this coke, if I pass hot steam, steam means water. So on passing hot steam to coke, it produces water gas. What is water gas means? From the coke, it is made up of 60% carbon. The carbon molecule from the coke will mix with the hot steam and they will form carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Is this visible? Okay, so in the coke you have 60% carbon. This carbon, upon reacting with the hot steam, steam is nothing but the water molecules. It reacts and forms carbon monoxide plus hydrogen. So this combination, carbon monoxide and hydrogen, is together called as water gas. These are all the byproducts of coal obtained by the process destructive distillation. Now let us see the uses of the byproduct starting from coke. So coke is, as I told, it is a hard, porous and a black substance which is a pure form of carbon. About 60% of carbon is present in coke. And it is used as a household fuel, used for extraction of metals like steel, iron, copper, tin, because it is an excellent reducing agent. Okay, we always obtain the metals by extraction. That is a process called as mining, right? So since coke is a reducing agent, it has the capacity to separate the metal from its ore. So it is used in the steel producing industries and all. Okay, then it is also used for manufacturing of water gas. Water gas is nothing but carbon monoxide plus hydrogen. Graphite. Graphite, we use it in our pencils, right? Pencil is nothing but the graphite. Coke is used in the manufacture of graphite also. Then the carbon gas obtained by the heating of coke is used as a good conductor of electricity. Okay, this carbon gas can be collected and used as a conductor for electricity, and it is used in making electrodes for extracting aluminium from molten bauxite. We know that aluminium is obtained from the ore bauxite. Okay, so when the bauxite is in molten state, you can extract aluminium from it by making use of the electrodes made up of gas carbon. What is electrode? Electrode is nothing but a metal which is a conductor and capable of carrying electricity to it when immersed in water. Okay, so when bauxite is in molten state, it is in the liquid condition. So I can use electrodes to extract aluminium. Electrodes are the materials used for conducting electricity when immersed in a solution. Then the gas carbon can be used for making positive electrodes in dry cells. Okay, in case of dry cell, the positive electrodes are again of two types, positive electrode and negative electrode. That is what we call them as cathode and anode based on the charge they carry. So the positive electrodes are made in the dry cells using the gas carbon. That is the carbon gas evolved during the burning of coal. The next thing is the coal gas. Coal gas, where did we obtain? In the last stage of the destructive distillation process, which is insoluble in the water, will get exhaled, they exposed out, released out, and it can be used as a fuel in cooking. Right? So this coal gas has a foul smell due to the presence of hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide means H2S. So the coal gas has a foul smell. And so this is mainly produced when there occurs a conversion of coal to coke. That is, in the destructive distillation process only coal gas is produced. And it is used as a fuel in coal processing industries. And the coal gas is used for street lighting in 1800s. Nowadays we have the street lights. Sorry, spelling mistake. Street lights. In the 1800s, coal gas was used for street lights. Nowadays, we have methane gas for the street lighting. The next thing is coal tar. Okay, so the gas molecules on condensation with the water will form a black color deposition layer at the bottom called as coal tar. If you see here, this is the deposited layer is your coal tar. You have come across the word coal tar for metalling of roads, right? So, how is this coal tar? It is a black, thick liquid and it has some unpleasant smell, and moreover, it is a mixture of 200 substances. You know that we call the substance as coal tar, scientifically we call it as pitch. Okay, the coal tar scientific name is pitch. We should not tell it as coal tar, you should better tell it as pitch. Its uses are wide. It has its applications in dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paint, photographic materials, and roofing materials. Okay, so upon fractional distillation, okay, again if we undergo fractional distillation of coal tar, we may end up in new byproducts like benzene, toluene, anthracene, phenol, and naphthalene. We already know that coal tar itself is obtained by the process of destructive distillation from the mineral coal. When again undergoing fractional distillation of coal tar, some new byproducts like benzene, toluene, and anthracene, naphthalene, and phenol are produced. What is meant by naphthalene? In our house, we use the naphthalene balls. They are the white color balls which are used as moth repellent. Moth repellent means insect repellents. We keep it inside the dresses or inside the clothes so that it is not damaged by the insect. Naphthalene balls. Then toluene can again be used for producing benzene. It can be used as an insecticide. It can be used as TNT. TNT means trinitrotoluene. It is a explosive material. Okay, it is used in the bombs or in the cartridge of guns. It is an explosive material obtained from toluene. TNT stands for trinitrotoluene. Then phenol is used for dyes. And as I told you already, the coal tar is used for metalling roads. We should call them as pitch. It is a residue left over burning coal. So it is the scientifically called by the name pitch. So understand that the coal has many byproducts by destructive distillation like water gas, coke, coal tar, and coal gas. So from the carbon and hydrogen gas, the soluble substance is your coal tar. Insoluble will release out the coal gas, and apart from that you would have a layer of gas called ammonium liquor. So I didn't go too deep into that. Few are explained in your textbook. Read it after this class, after this session. If you have any doubts, kindly contact me. In the next class, we can move to petroleum. Thank you, children.